We are back and we're bringing you the very end of the match, as this is a massive delay we've actually got here with JB and Killua's stream. Hopefully we can get that fixed for next race.
Yeah, I think that was May's.
Don't refresh them yet, but refresh them after we see results. As the majority of, like 15 seconds, as second place
Jamie
for
didn't
Brian.
do too well. Oh!
As
I'm
we do
not
look
too
at
sure
the end
about
of
that shot
Jamie's.
usage, dodging opponent. I guess that had to be used there because it was a bit too late, but I would personally have waited a few seconds to see if the person that used the shot could have maybe benefited a bit more.
So right now we've got Xander on 7 points. Brian's taken a good win with 31 points, but we've got respectively 26 and 24 behind him. So Brian currently in first, but hopefully, as Brian just said, Brian's currently in first and 22nd, which is Quinn in second place. So nothing else to play for. So I mean, it's the end of GP1 nearly. We've still got 2 GPs. As checking the straw poll again, more votes for Brian. And anyone that does want to fill out the straw poll, I'll quickly put it in the chat again.
Yeah.
Because we want to find out who you guys think's going to win.
I'm still not a mod in the stream. I've just realised.
What?
I'm still not a mod in the stream.
Tam, log on to the chat. Log on to the stream and mod. Tom. There you go. But will the stream return? The stream's up, isn't it? Yeah. Refresh. As we are going into Waluigi Stadium, it's a shame that
This is Jordan's Get Regs track.
Once again, a track where you can front run, but that TS spot is absolutely deadly. I think that TS spot and the Warriors Goldmine TS spots are probably the 2 most punishing in the game.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree quite a lot. It's just
generally
generally
you get sent back right back to where the corner is. So
yeah, and it's not just that. It's the fact that where you get placed, it's common to be like bumped.
Yeah, you can get
lot,
comboed when people come around that corner.
It's like really easy combo spots where you get dropped on those two. Unlike others where you're kind of put in the middle, but it's not so tight. It's not in the normal line.
Yeah, you get dropped straight into people's line normally if they ain't wide. So we do have Killua in second place, currently just sitting behind Shaun Tanning. He's more than likely just going to go wide, as you see here. He's going to go wide most turns just to avoid. As I'm just quickly looking at Jamie, and he's been absolutely slaughtered.
Yeah, Jamie has been a bit
I was too busy watching Killua here. That's the thing about having 2 streams at the same time. You can only really watch one. But Jamie is getting hit by 2 items, it seems, in a row. As he does pull that shock, which hopefully he can use. But once again, like last time, he is falling behind a bit. So he's more than likely just going to use this up here, maybe.
There is a PAL, though, as we can see. And I don't think it's going to affect Killua that much. But the shock, no. Okay.
Yeah, Jamie does use that shock as he does chain the bill. He gets up to 7th. At least he gets back in the pack.
Jamie has a single red. He has a single red just as Killua got a single red.
2nd place and 7th place getting the same item, which shows the Mario Kart Wii item system is nearly as bad as the MK8 one. So we've got Killua still in 2nd place here. I'm pretty sure Shaun Tanny's still in 1st.
Yeah, no, well, no, that's Cranberry.
Sean Munckeyz is taking it.
Shaun Munckeyz.
I think something must have happened there to Shaun. As a target power does come in there, so that's gonna... Sean's lead's gonna be even higher now. So we've got Jamie, he does kill that single stream, he's just gonna take that mud cut as our streamers are in 4th and 6th right now. Another single red for Killua. I'm not exactly sure what he's gonna try and do with this, more than likely just hold it as protection. But our streamer's really close here, even though there is a small delay, you can see them next to each other. Going into the last turn, Jamie does get triple shrooms. A few people getting killed right at the end. But there is a red coming from...
What's going to happen to the man with the TC? Will we see that?
3rd place for Killua and 6th place for Jamie.
That's quite good for both of them, given where they were.
I think both streamers are going to be in top half overall.
Yeah, I think quite a few
Unfortunately, Brian only getting a 7th place that GP, which means Shaun Tanny and Brian are going to currently be tied first. Our streamers are on 28 and 25, which is completely fine, and this is pretty close as of now. We have a 10-point deficit between 1st and 8th.
I don't think Jamie will be pleased with it, though, because there were so many times where he could have done better. He's been like hit out of items quite strongly.
Yeah,
it was an unlucky kind of situation for him, but at the same time, he's done well with what he had.
And apparently, according to Shaun Munckeyz, or I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Munckeyz.
That's the one.
There's no H in there.
I don't know, I just like saying the H, you know. But as he said,
The
Shaun Tanny
invisible
apparently
H.
outlined him last turn, so he did drop them 3 points. As Xander did LVP that GP with 18, I'm pretty sure, which is not what he was looking for, but obviously there are still 8 races to go. Anyone can still technically win, and Brian and Shaun Tanny taking the lead so far. GP2's coming up now. Jamie's going for that top 6. Jamie, you should go for that win, man. You gotta believe. As we are waiting for the GP2 to start, as the 2 streamers are just picking their combos. More than likely, we're just going to see the same tracks picked as before. I mean, Cooper Cape hasn't been picked yet. We'll see a few of them. Grumble Volcano,
Like
maybe.
Bowser's
TF,
Castle as well.
Bowser's Castle, exactly. Still got a load of skill tracks left, and more than likely in these Division 1 based FFA fights,
Yeah, we
you will
see Jamie picking Bowser's Castle
we do
straight
have all
away.
the skill tracks. I mean, I don't really see any luck tracks on there aside from Dias Delfino Square, which is very pronounced.
It's not the most luck track.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the most luck track. I mean, the main reason why it is considered kind of a luck track is because that double shortcut dodging there.
It's more of a luck track in a war than it is a FFA.
I mean, brilliant shock usage can get you good spots on Delfino. You can absolutely kill most people after boxes and then chain it for some shrooms. But as expected, we are going to go in mainly skill tracks as
Wario's Gold
Mine, which is one of them tracks where there's no real shortcuts. I mean, obviously there's stuff like the turn skip, but barely any players really do that on Wi-Fi. So there's no main ways of catching up outside of dodging / goldens. So our streamers are going to start in 3rd place and Killua's round the back somewhere.
7th.
10th. I say that's 10th. I'm going to guess.
7th.
Sorry, I'm an idiot. I thought there was another line. So GP1, as Tam's put in the chat there, we've got Shaun Tanny 36, Brian 36, Killua 28, Quinn 28, Jamie 25, Zoan 24, Krypta 24, K 23, TK 19, Nero 18, Munckeyz 17, Munckeyz, and Xander 14. As Jamie is running right now, he's in 2nd place. Something might have happened to Killua, wasn't actually.
Killua is falling a little bit. I mean, this is the kind of track where you don't want to be at the back, because if you're at the back, you can't recover very well.
Exactly, but being in 1st, as we said earlier about Waluigi Stadium, I'd give this the edge on Waluigi Stadium of terrible TS spots.
Yeah.
This one, you lose about 5 seconds nearly.
That, and you can be bumped off, and the respawn after the bump off is deadly as well.
Exactly.
But
so Jamie actually does get into 1st somehow. I wasn't really paying attention, but Jamie in 1st, as long as he can.
Jamie's getting blued.
Let's get blued.
He's being blued straight away.
So sorry for jinxing that one.
Killua's fallen off.
Killua, did he fall off or get bumped?
He's fallen off.
Killua had something happening and he just failed that cut straight up, I think.
He's fallen off. He had shrooms. He could have recovered.
But yeah, Killua going to get sent back to the bottom spots here, so hopefully he can get a shock dodge, because that's the only real way I see him catching up.
Yeah,
Jamie's back at the third. Oh, that bomb!
It's a track where you don't want to be in 1st the whole race. You kind of want to be towards the top of the middle, but holding a decent item, because if you're at the front, like 1st, you're going to be targeted in most
Another
situations.
blue shell coming out here, and Jamie's actually going to chain a bomb, but he does get... Oh, he does dodge the power.
Dodges the power very well there.
That was a very close...
And
that could have been a devastating power if he didn't dodge that, as
Killua has another star. I reckon he should use the star quite soon.
I'd definitely chain it up here if he's going to chain it anywhere. He
does
it early,
like
which I agree with that. But
yeah,
shot coming out in 12th places.
He's got the bill though.
He's just got the bill in 11th.
If he takes the bill,
he's probably just not going to use the shot.
6th.
This is going to take him all the way up.
That bill's going to take him to 4th place.
5th, no 6th. Oh.
6th. Okay.
The main thing which happened there is 12th place guaranteed 100% had the shock. He might use it right at the end. Which, no he doesn't, but I just don't think he used it because he didn't want anyone to dodge up. But as we see, Jamie getting 2nd. Killua is getting 6th, which is okay, I guess.
Slim Jesus with 1 point.
Slim Jesus, aka Brian, is only going to pull out 1 point.
We're seeing the 2 people that were leading with 7 and 1 points in this GP.
So
maybe
Shaun Tanny's actually going to take the lead on Brian by 6 points here. I'm not sure. 3rd place was Killua. And Quinn, where did Quinn get? Quinn got 3rd place, so...
Yeah, Jamie, Quinn and Killua are catching up quite well.
So it's mainly between Shaun, Brian, Killua, Quinn and Jamie, but once again, there's still 7 races left, so anyone can catch up. GP2 the Dream, as Savvy says, can Jamie get the GP MVP, as he does pull out 2nd place this race. Once again, standard track picks. We've got Xander picking DS Yoshi Falls. We've got Bowser's Castle, Delfino. It's most likely just going to be these track picks, and when the one track does get picked, it's just going to get knocked off. So more than likely, we're just going to see Bowser's Castle.
Do you see the Yoshi Falls?
The Yoshi Falls. Most people consider Yoshi Falls a luck track. I don't. Like, you can easily front run Yoshi Falls. The Bills is very bad on. It's like probably worse than Coconut Mall. Bills take that top route when you use the bill.
Yeah.
So, and obviously it takes the wide route.
Do you see the DK Snowboard Cross, DK Summit?
So, I mean, the main thing about 12-player rooms in DK Summit is a lot of players are going to go for the double shortcut, and I just think that not all of them can make it. I mean, I reckon one of these two might get bumped off if they go for it in a tight pack, like lap 1 to say. As we are going to see, Jamie actually getting wheelie bumped straight away, so he's going to fall from 2nd all the way back down to 10th. All the way to 12th, actually. You might be able to pull a bill in 11th. And I'm sure most of you viewers know, but if you actually fail the double with the bill, you can just use it and it'll take you straight back on the track. Or you can just do the wheelie strat, where you wheelie straight into the chasm, and then just use your bill, which will take you up there as a blooper chain, which really isn't what Jamie was looking for, as he is going to do the double. Successfully, it does. No, he doesn't.
No, he does not. But he does get the blooper off.
He does get the blooper off, but
praise
Jamie
Lord
ripping. He did get right to the edge, but unfortunately, he does get bounced back. As we see Killua in 2nd place behind Shaun Tanny once again, who obviously Jamie straight into the shy guy. That's not what we're looking for. But as I was just about to say, Shaun Tanny is most likely the person who's going to be running most of these tracks. He is.
Jamie's been hit again.
Did he actually?
This is not going good for Jamie. We can see he's in 11th place. He needs to catch up quick.
Is anyone actually behind Jamie, or did someone DC?
No, someone is. I think it's a Daisy right behind him on the minimap. You can't see it very well, though.
Oh, fair enough. Oh, yeah, there is. Sorry about that. But, Jamie, if that shock was 5 seconds later, I reckon Jamie would have done what I said with the bill and dodge up.
Yeah.
He needs to make this double. If he doesn't make...
I think.
Oh, that was very close, but
he nearly failed single.
But this is going to be really hard for Jamie to actually catch up to this main pack. We're already going into the cannon. He's barely...
I think if Jamie gets 6th, that's probably an achievement, looking at the pack at the minute.
Jamie can actually get into the top half, I'll be very surprised. As we still see Shaun Tanny and Killua, who have been running the majority of this race, so it's going to be a shame to see these guys not get top 2 after this. Killua might go for double. Like, fair enough. Shaun Tanny, with absolute confidence, goes for the double in 2nd, but he gets target shot because of it, so Killua's now in 1st. So Shaun Tanny, as you can see, Killua's break is massive now, so something happened to Shaun.
Yeah, let's see what Jamie can do
shot,
with his golden.
Contention. Jamie's going to have to make this.
Jamie's got the golden, he's got to spam it now.
Oh, he does make that very nicely, so I reckon he might be able to pull out 7th.
No, he hit the shy guy again.
And it's only going to be 9th place. It's not the best race that we've seen from Jamie. He did make some fatal errors with that double fail lap 1, the single fail nearly lap 2 and hitting them shy guys, but 9th place after all of that is fair enough to him.
The difference between 1st and 9th was 12 seconds. That kind of really shows.
That was a really widened out pack.
Yeah.
We've got Killua actually winning that race, which is going to take him to MVP overall. But I just want to point out, Slim Jesus, once again, Brian, he's on 3 points.
Yes, Slim Jesus isn't having a good thing.
He did have a good GP1, but just GP2 is not going well for him. Not sure what's going on.
Shaun and Jamie are doing quite well as a Killua.
The bottom 4 currently are on 3, 4, 5 and 8 points respectively, so I don't think Brian was happy because of that, what's it called, that track, as he said, can we play a good track? So, I'm sorry, Barney, I'm not a time trial pro, I don't know what a good double is, but at least he made it lap 3. If he didn't make that, then that would have been unfortunate, as we're most likely just going to see the same track picks. Considering there is a board, that could be a ring.
Let's see what happens. I mean, this FFA, we see the Delfino Square pick. This FFA, it can still go anywhere. We still have 6 races to go.
And shots fired there from Chrome and Ruby straight to Larry. As Larry actually did get first rounded earlier on, so shout out to Larry. feels
Shout
bad,
out
man.
to
It happens to the
boy.
best of us. So as we see, something happened to Jamie at the start, and he's just going to be back straight into 10th, and Killua actually gets wheelie bumped from 3rd to 10th as well, so... Bottom spots for our streamers here, more than likely they're just going to try and get something to do the double shortcut with, as Jamie goes straight into a wall and gets bumped again. It's an absolute bump fest for our two streamers here, as they both have triple shrooms. I think Jamie's going to chain his shrooms, but Killua's going to hold his for the double. As... Look at that,
Jamie's got his trip shrooms.
As Jamie does get trip shrooms, they both take double.
That's not the cleanest of cuts from Jamie, and he does miss the box.
Killua's did seem to be alright, as Killua does get a 7th place start, and this is absolutely amazing. If he can hold on to this and take double again. I mean...
I'm not sure he'll want to, I think he might chain a bit earlier than that.
I reckon more than likely last place is going to chain first set, so you might want to use it a little bit early, but...
Yeah.
The ideal scenario on this track, obviously, is to chain your star, make the double, dodge in the double, and then have shrooms for next lap.
I reckon if there is a lap 2 shock, it will be earlier than that set.
But more than likely, he is going to chain his star here. If he doesn't actually chain his... Oh no, he just uses his star normally, as he wants to make it last as long as possible. So that does take him all the way to 2nd place. As we were talking about earlier, is that Shaun's just got blued as soon as Killua had taken that double, so... Another breakaway for Killua. If he can hold on to this, he's definitely going to be into 1st overall. As Jamie does have 7th place golden. I agree with him using here to get up there, because I reckon all the people back there are just going to get killed by this shock. So wise decision from Jamie, as we do have top 2 from our streamers right now. Jamie's more than likely just going to want to avoid any back spam.
Yeah, Jamie's going to want to try playing defensive.
Exactly. Killua is throwing away all of his back spam though, so he doesn't have any items in case... This red from Jamie might be able to hit him, but more than likely... Jamie's not.
Jamie's playing defensively, and it's a good choice for Jamie.
Absolute great play there from Jamie, not deciding to take the shortcut. As Zoan dodges in around 3rd, so it looks like Zoan actually changed some shrooms for that. So more than likely, Zoan's getting 1st here. But once again, great decision from Jamie there to not take the dog shortcut.
Brian taking cut.
As Brian actually might have used that shock and chained for a star or something. As it looks like Jamie's only going to have to do the 3rd here.
This could be 1st for Jamie.
Oh, but something happens to Zoan at the end, so Jamie's actually going to go get 2nd from that, and unlucky for Killua, who does get target shock, he's only going to be able to pull out 6th. As hashtag Chrome
very
win.
Eventful race.
Slim Jesus has just saved his GP there with his points. As there you go, Brian does get back onto 18 points, so he's back into this GP and back into the title race. So, I mean, Killua still... Well, he's not even MVP anymore. Jonathan. Does anyone know who Jonathan is?
Who's Jonathan, mate?
Can someone in the chat tell us who Jonathan is? Because I'm not 100% sure. I see that he did do well both round 1 and 2. So, Shaun Munckeyz again, 9 points. It's not going well for him. That's TK.
In the call we've got here, Tams has just quoted some salty comments from Xander.
I'd like to make a public announcement on the Shoutcast stream. Please let them know that I deserve 12th place every race of this FFA. I'm playing bad enough for that to happen. Also tell them I love everyone. Well, there you go.
With a bunch of kissy faces. So, mwah,
he wants to.
Mwah, mwah. Kissy faces there.
With a bunch of kissy faces, kiss, kiss. So,
mwah.
Xander obviously not playing as well as he wanted.
No, he's not enjoying it.
So yeah, I don't think Xander's going to be getting an FFA win, but he could definitely have a good GP3 and get into them top spots at least. We've got... Who was I just about to say? Yeah, talking about Jonathan, so... TK64, he only did get 19 points GP1, but he is MVP in this GP, so he could sneak back into them top 3 overall spots, but we're not sure yet. As RBC, which is my favourite track in the game, behind Mushroom Gorge, second favourite track. Actually, no. This is my favourite track in the game. I'll give Mushroom Gorge second.
Is everyone? I think everyone's going mental about Ice in the chat.
Ice? What's happening with Ice?
It's 11 out of 11 currently, so I believe someone rage quit. I'm not too... Ice wasn't on the list of people that passed, so I'm not sure why they're on about Ice this round.
I think it was a MK8. I think he rage quit an MK8.
Oh, well, Ice had a go with his 5 points, but... I'm not too sure if someone DC'd last race, or was it a rage quit? It was 11.
Oh, so someone is unfortunately DC'd or has not had fun. It might have been Xander. It might be
Xander.
We'll see if we see Xander.
No, we can see Cranberry.
Cranberry? No, so it's not him. Yeah, I thought it was an MK reference. Because I do remember that FFA where Ice did rage quit with the 5 points.
5 points.
So, unfortunately... And I just realised in MK8 you actually get 1 point for coming last, which means
Yeah,
he must have
so,
came last 3 races and 11th on 1. So, oh well. Back to Mario Kart Wii, which is the game we're thinking about right now. As Jamie's forced to use his star early with that power coming in. More than likely, not going to get a shock dodge because of this, but he is going to be able to take it a second.
Killua is using his star as
a
well.
really weird position.
I understand it kind of. I guess he was thinking
Why do you
first set chain.
I can't. I don't think that a shock would have been used then, because 12th place was, or 11th place, sorry, was passed. As Killua had just been hit by a bill, he couldn't even avoid that as he's
Killua's
to last.
slowing down because of a thwomp as well. It's not gone well.
Yeah, that thump cut him off for an extra second, so hopefully if the shock's not in play, here you go, as I just
the
said.
shock is in play.
The shock is now in play, as maybe Jamie can predict Killua's shock here. Do you want to predict where he'll use this?
I reckon it'll be a first set chain. I don't see it.
I agree with you.
No.
Oh no, he does use it.
He chains it that set, and Jamie does actually get his star off the ground though. That is good for him.
Star, so more than likely there may be a last second or last corner shock because of the 30-second rule. So more than likely Killua might hold on to this, as he does go and chain it.
No, he does not hold on, and he does get another star.
That's lucky, but I would definitely.
That's a lucky play.
As he does avoid that and bomb because he used his star, but a star and 5th, which is really good. And if I was him, I would hold this to last set. I wouldn't use it at grass because I don't think shock's going to be in play.
Let's see. Jamie gets a golden though. This isn't really going to help him that much. He'll probably chains that he can.
So he does chain at grass. Let's see what happens if he chained it last set. Oh, there was a power anyway, so he's forced to use it. So fair enough. But Slim Jesus taking a swim there.
Jamie's on his way up with his golden. It's not going to do very much if you look at the mini map at the minute, but. It's going to give him a few spots.
Here.
Oh wait, no, the fire pellet? No, okay.
Yeah, Killua does get that second place with a nice clean rail, and Jamie unfortunately is going to...
He's going to fall down.
But unfortunately it's not going to be anything which he's looking for right now. And Brian with the spoilers, apparently he got third, but he did get lagged by Shaun, Tanny and TK, so thanks for the spoilers there, Chrome, Mr. Champ. As... this GP, Killua's just taking it away really with... who was that? I couldn't see who came third. But yeah, it's Killua and someone else. Killua and... who was second? TK, sorry. So if any players of this actual FFA want to do an interview after second GP just finishes there, then we are happy to bring you on in and just ask about what you thought your FFA went like. So it doesn't matter.
I think we know Xander's opinion.
We already know Xander's opinion on this FFA, but if anyone wants to come in, it doesn't matter if you win the FFA or come last. Just if anyone wants to come on, then they're free, then welcome. As Tam's going to figure out the scores now quickly to see who currently is in the top spots.
Do we know who DC'd?
Do we know who DC'd? No, we don't currently. I mean, if Tams does have the GP picture, he might be able to tell us, but we're not sure who DC'd, as I think Shaun Tanny had a decent GP, so I think Shaun Tanny's still going to be in first for now. Killua was definitely going to be in second at least, if not first, because of that GP he got. So it looks like it's between 4 or 5 players right now for first. As we do have players such as Kay, Xander, and Shaun not doing as well as they wanted to, but...
well, apparently it was Nero that
DC'd, and that's not really going to help Nero because he did have 18 GP1, so I think he's going to get a 15 for that, or did he DC last race?
I think he DC'd third race.
Oh, so he's not even going to get the 15 if he didn't have that many points. So Nero pretty much out of this so far, but I played with Nero in round 1 and he MVP'd and he just edged his points on me. So Nero definitely doing well this free-for-all to get to the finals. I mean, if you can get to the finals anyway, you've done a good job, in my opinion.
Yeah, I strongly agree. I mean, especially with these kind of tournaments where it's spread out, it's not just... everyone that's skilled is in one room. It's not like a league.
There were a few stacked rooms in round 1. I mean, my room had like 4 people from WZ, Dugo, Mystic, 2 people from Charge Brigade, but most of these rooms, as you just said, were spread out. I mean,
it's spread out.
Some of the rooms were easier.
Yeah.
That's why we're seeing some of these players in the final, which we wouldn't expect. But I mean, all of them must have raced well, or maybe got lucky. Who knows? But the majority of them have raced well to get into the finals. So. Going into GP3 here, we're not sure what the scores are, as Tams is sorting them out right now, but when we do get them scores, we'll bring them to you. As they're starting with 11, so it looks like Nero's actually going to go ahead and rage quit and just say...
that's goodbye.
Fair
I
enough.
guess
I DC'd. I can't.
I guess he
this up.
didn't. I guess he didn't want to do conditionals again.
Oh yeah, because you have to do condies again, which is fair enough to the guy. I mean, he's from Germany, so it's coming up to midnight for him. He can't mathematically win the FFA, so fair enough. He's dipped out, but now we've got an 11-player room, which means everything's going to be a bit dodgy. As we do get the points.
You can see a few grumbles, a few coconut molds.
As I want to quickly butt in to
2,000.
just talk about the scores. So far we have Killua currently in first place with 67. Shaun has 65. Brian has 60. And Jamie has 55 and Zoan has 56. TK with a 57, so it's between them 6 players, really. I mean, we've got players such as Xander's on 43, he had an alright GP, but mainly this is going to be between Shaun, Brian, Killua, Jamie, Zoan, and TK, so them 6. What's your bets from now? What would you say to predict to win this?
Let me quickly have a check at what the scores are.
I know Killua's in first, but I'm still going to give it to Killua because GP1, he still got 4th and he got raped quite a lot. GP2 was really impressive. He did get that GP MVP, and I reckon he's been front running most of the track, so I reckon he can win this.
I want to go for an underdog. I want to say I think Jamie.
Jamie, the LT bias.
Jamie, no,
No.
no. I'm saying this more because if you have a look at the scores, Shaun 36-29, Brian 36-24, Killua 28-39.
Yeah.
Jamie 25-30. It's a lot closer. It's more consistent. And
He
TK
is
as well.
Consistently well, but
TK 19-38. I just feel that if Jamie can keep consistent, so long as the others drop any more points, then he has got a chance. And I think just wanting the underdog to win, he has got quite a chance if he can stay consistent.
And I just want to mention how that shock absolutely killed Jamie as it hits him onto the wrong escalator as he's going to be sent back to 8th. Killua currently in the back, but yeah, as you just said, I mean, if you look at the GP scores in total, we haven't had anyone break 40 in a GP, which means everyone's being consistent. I mean, it's not the same person winning every race, and this is a very close free-fall with these top 6 players. And I don't want to count out anyone at the bottom half because someone could have that blow-up GP where they drop a 50-pointer, which is whoever drops a 50-pointer is most likely going to win this FFA. But
didn't we see that in the 2v2 FFA recently when Larry's team won?
We did see that where
like,
shout out to Larry and Mikey where they were behind by quite a bit going into GP3.
Behind, and they ended up winning the GP by like.
I think there was something stupid like they were down like 30 going into the last 2 races, and then they got their top 2 and 3. I just want to mention Jamie with that shock dodge, and he changed triple shrooms, which first place is absolutely gone, but if he just plays defensively, goes wide every turn, he'll more than likely stay onto the second.
Hold second, this will be a good start for Jamie. So long as Shaun, Tanny, or someone like him isn't in first. You can see Killua, one of the people that we would consider in 11th, so if Jamie can hold on, then I think he'll be more of a contender.
We're not sure who's in first, but if it's one of them top 6 players, then he's going to take that breakaway. As we do see Jamie getting second here, not sure who got first, but
you can see the gap between second and third in the pack. That's quite a surprising gap. I mean,
that was a big gap as Killua's going to get a few spots from his build, nothing serious, but as we see who's going to get first here, and it's actually Slim Jesus.
Slim Jesus.
Brian taking back first place, I think. Brian with the spoilers in the chat once again, but there we go. Brian getting first place. We have Xander taking third, which is alright, but I think he's a bit too far behind. But as you can see, Shaun, Tanny getting 4th. So once again, Jamie, Shaun, Tanny, and Brian right now in the top 3 spots, I believe. Going into the 3 races left of this FFA. As we do hit the 50 viewer mark going to this last GP.
Yeah.
Hype right now. And once again, I'm just going to stick with Killua. I mean, even though he did have a bad race, you never know. There are still... It's between 20 points between the 6 of them, so... I'm +1 on Shaun and +6 on Cool, as Brian does confirm that he is currently in first overall. Can we get some hashtag Slim Jesus win in the chat?
Hashtag Slim Jesus win.
Brian 75, Jamie 67, and Shaun 73. So, as he just said, he was +1 on Shaun, so... +2 on Shaun, or maybe Brian got the scores wrong, but still close between Brian and Shaun Tanny. We're not sure who's going to take this win, but it would have been nice to see Brian stream. I want to see what he's kind of doing, because I've seen him in the front a lot. I don't think he's actually had a dodge this FFA. I might be wrong, but Jamie outlining someone there, which I think was Brian. He might have just got a luck wheelie or a better start. Shaun Tanny actually does drop into first straight away.
Jamie does recover well from being bumped, though. I've seen people get bumped there before and fall off.
I mean, the ideal thing that you want to do on this track, and especially being in a Division 1 room, everyone's going to most likely be able to, is getting them triple shrooms and doing the rock hop, which don't see in like the first few rooms with the lesser skilled players, as Killua was actually going to use his golden to take the normal respawn, which is fair enough.
I think we pointed out the rock hop in the Weema Babbies unit game, and we said we wanted to see the higher tier players kind of taking
and they were going for it.
Taking it by the horns, kind of saying, you know, this is why we're in top division.
Exactly. You do see a big skill gap in plays. I mean, such as the rock hop, you see more people going for the Bowser's Weak glitch, you see more people going for Ultra on BC3, more people going for double, which is just, they're not hard shortcuts, but they're just more experienced, these D1 players. As Jamie actually
they're shortcuts that you they're shortcuts that you take more if you know what the risk is and you can.
That shot comes in. Might actually good play from Killua there, just to stop and get a mini turbo, just in case he didn't get TS. But the best thing about being on first on this track, but unfortunately,
I'm not too sure about Jamie's.
He does take it. He does make it.
He does eventually make it, but he doesn't get the start up.
That is very unfortunate. But as I was just saying, the best thing about being on first on this track, which Killua couldn't do last lap, unfortunately, is everyone actually drops from the shortcut ahead of the item boxes, so it will register you in 6th or 7th, but when you hit that box, you'll still be in first, so it's an easy way to get first place room to take the cut again, but
Jamie needs a set right now.
Jamie does need to get a 5th place room. If he gets
he's got the TC! Slim Jesus took it!
Is that
but
Brian
Jamie's
getting
not got a box!
I'm not sure who got TC'd, but if it was Brian...
Jamie still doesn't get a box!
He doesn't get a box.
That's not good for Jamie!
As Killua is going to take an easy first place here. So my best bet is he does get the first place room just to dodge any blues, which doesn't look like it's happening. Jamie takes that late cut. I don't think it's going to do that much for him, but I really want to see what happens to Brian that race, as he will probably spoil it in the chat. As he just said 0 points. Did we see the Weema Babby member getting the 0 points? As we do
see him.
Slim Jesus Brian, that's going to be killer to him. As Killua does get them 15 points, so... And Shaun Tanny actually getting third, so that puts Shaun +8 on Brian right now, and Killua's up there as well, as the top 3, which is Killua, Shaun, and Brian, once again. It's between these 3 most likely, as TK64 was in it. I mean, he had a fantastic GP2 getting that 38 points, but 2 in 2, I think
consistency's kind of been his issue. Like, he got 19 or something, wasn't it, GP1, and now it looks like he's having a low GP again.
Irish Shaun actually does say that he starts doing fine in the last GP, as we've seen quite a lot of this in CSL, really. I mean, people just not doing as well as they want to GP1 and 2 and then trying to come back GP3, but it's probably too late for Irish Shaun. Maybe he can salvage a 6th or 7th place finish, which would be nice. I mean, no one wants to come last, but it's the FFA finals. He's done well to get here. As we are going to get, once again, just the standard picks. Toad's Factory. There's more DS Peach Gardens. I really want to see a DS Peach Gardens. We're going to go DK Mountain. Do you know if there's any daisies in this room?
I think Xander's playing as Daisy.
Yeah, I think I saw one.
I think it was Xander.
Jamie's going to be starting at the back, so we'll be able to see if there are any daisies, but it does look like there's a daisy on the right there.
Yeah, the furthest right is a daisy, I think.
That's 4th place or whatever. So, if that daisy can get into first place, whoever it is, but they do get bumped back there. Whoever it is, this is one of the best daisy tracks in the game.
I think it was Xander.
Yeah.
I think there's 2 daisies, actually, if you look at the minimap.
Oh, yeah.
One in the cannon, one out.
It's all the tight turns that make it such a good daisy trackers. Killua's going to be in first place. He's more than likely just going to hold this protection, as someone is right next to him. Not sure who that is, but he does want to try and fend him off, maybe.
I'd say maybe Shaun. No, it's Reef.
I just want to... Yes, that's actually Krypta, who I haven't seen much up here, but Krypta definitely a good player. And I just want to point out this power that Jamie has. If he uses it right here, exactly, this is one of the deadliest target powers in the game. It's going to make everyone stop there, but he does only change it for a blooper, which isn't going to do anything for him, but...
He did have to double drift to avoid the green as well on that turn.
Can we just do the 2008 strat?
I think he might have, actually.
Well, I'm not sure, but he like wheelied off it or something. But
to be fair, though, he was target powered so wide that
fair enough.
It wouldn't have benefited him to take it better.
So streamers currently both in 9th because Illuminati delay. But as you can see, both of our streamers back here. We're not sure who's top spots, but first place does have a solid 1 second break at least. As, I mean, the main reason that you're going to be able to catch up on this track is shock dodging once again. There's no main shortcuts. You just need, this is one of them technical tracks where not many people do have fantastic lines, and if you do time trial this track, then you're going to be at a solid advantage over everyone.
Yeah.
Xander's actually using Funky Kong there, as we just quickly saw, so...
Is he?
Not sure who the daisies are. One of them's Irish Shaun, actually, and... Wow, did you see Jamie with that power dodge?
I did.
Yes.
It's quite good. But he's going to fail the cut!
So, Jamie with the absolute play of the century going up the wall and hopping off the dodge to keep his shrooms, but then jumped straight off, so...
I'm not sure what he was doing.
That's unfortunate for him. He does pull a bill, which means the shock's in play, he doesn't get to use it this time. And it's all over for Jamie now, as we see Slim Jesus in second place, which is Brian. So, Brian and Killua right here, as we see that first place, which I think, once again, is Irish Shaun, so...
Yeah, it's Cranberry, I think.
As long as Shaun Tanny's up here, then he's still in it, but right now it's between Brian and Killua here.
Jesus and Killua.
One of them may get raped, and we're not sure who.
No, there's Cranberry in ninth.
So the other Daisy's in first, so we'll see who that is. K actually, yeah. Oh, but that red actually does hit Slim Jesus as well, so Brian's sent back there. Zoan actually shrooming up into first, right? Or who?
No, there's Cranberry in ninth.
So the other Daisy's in first, so we'll see who that is. K actually, yeah. Oh, but that red actually does hit Slim Jesus as well, so Brian's sent back there. Zoan actually shrooming up into first right now.
There could be a shot
what did Killua just hit?
I don't know, but there has been 30 seconds. There could be a shot.
It could be a late second shot. Jamie's just
going to... Oh, and Killua's been back green!
But Killua getting absolutely raped by that green, and then the shot comes in as you just said, but I don't think any... Oh, and Killua's just going to go and dive off the track.
He's given up.
I don't agree with that. I reckon he... Wait, did he do that for the respawn? That was a good strategy from Killua. He actually dived off the track. I did not know that respawn was so good, but... Once again, as we do see, Shaun Tanny and Slim Jesus getting that 3-4, so... I think I think Killua's still in it, but he really does need a top spot. Shaun Tanny's running away with this one. I think it's between 5 points between Shaun and... As we did say, oh, Killua's actually going in the lead going into this race, and Brian was behind a bit, so... I think it's between 10 points with all of them, so... This is going to be a really hyped last race to determine the top 3. I mean, Quinn's currently in 4th, but he's 15 points behind, so it's all we play for. Killua, Shaun, and Brian going into this last race. Oh, there we go. We do get a score update. Shaun Tanny, 93. Killua, 87. And Brian, 83. So...
I think we can call Slim Jesus out of it, unfortunately.
I want to... Yeah. Unfortunately, Brian, he is doing well. He has got some race wins, but... if Brian gets first place, all Shaun needs to do is get 7th. So if Shaun Tanny finishes higher than 7th, Brian's out of it. But Killua, on the other hand, if Killua gets first, then Shaun has to get 4th place.
Yeah.
So
effectively, Shaun wants to be in the top 4.
So yeah, Shaun versus Killua right here. I mean, Brian...
That is a good track for him, Cooper Cape.
Brian's mathematically in it, but he can still win it. But it is looking unlikely right now, as it's mainly Killua versus Shaun. Jamie... I want to hope that Jamie's at least in the top 6, because Jamie has been playing well apart from tracks like DK Summit and DK Mountain. Both DK tracks he didn't do that well on.
Well, he said that he wanted to aim for top 6.
Yeah, he wanted to aim for top 6, so if he gets
I think he might actually run away with 5th place here.
And it is good to see Shaun, good to see Jamie doing this, as Jamie does play for Lost in Time, which isn't one of the most regarded skilled clans. He's not regarded as one of the D1 players, but definitely a strong player in the MK community especially, and the MKWii community. But getting that 3rd place shroom, so he'll most likely just hold that for the waterfall, but Killua really needs to get up there if he wants to beat Shaun Tanny, which we haven't seen yet. He's not in top 2.
No.
Shaun Tanny's more likely back here as well, as we've got all 3 of the people in contention back here. We've got Brian in 7th, Killua in 8th, and I'm not sure where Shaun is, unfortunately. But more than likely, he's in around... Oh my god, Jamie going for that low trick on that rock strat and nearly falling off. But luckily he does make it. Killua's actually going to go for a box and not get one, unfortunately, so... This Zone's actually really good at Code Cape, so... More than likely, he's going to keep...
I can't see Shaun, but...
I cannot see Shaun. He may be in bottom 3 holding the shock. No one knows, but hopefully he is...
I think I saw his name in about 5th place when Jamie looked back.
As we see, Killua was actually streaming up here, so we may see Shaun somewhere, as streams all the way to 4th. And actually, we can see Brian here in 3rd, so if Brian can get a break and get into that 1st place, that'll be
Oh, and
You can see
Jamie
a
did
Brian
get
come
back
here.
spam.
Jamie did hit that banana, so Brian in second right now. All he needs to do is... Oh, Killua actually streams into second, so we've got both Killua and Brian up here in these top spots. If Zoan gets blued, then you never know. I mean, we haven't seen Shaun this entire race. So you never know what he's doing. The mystery man.
He does need to show up.
He does need a show. He just needs to get a top half spot, and Shaun secured the win. But Killua gets random green. So I think Brian is the only one up there. Can Brian actually clutch this? This will be amazing if Brian can actually get a win from this. As a shot comes in, and it chases Killua as well.
That's goodbye to Killua's chances, I'd say.
Killua is going to need
Shaun's
something.
only in 8th.
I don't know what Killua is going to need to get into this, but I don't think there's going to be another shock. So Killua is going to need something amazing to happen. Where is Shaun? That is the question right now.
Shaun falls.
If Shaun not in a top spot, then Brian actually might take this, as we saw Brian in a top spot before.
That is the power, and it might actually get Shaun wide if he is around that area.
We have not seen Shaun this whole race. Where is he? Is Brian actually going to pull out this win? I'm not sure.
Who is it that's sitting there?
Killua
Right
gets bumped into the zapper. It's all over. Are we going to see Shaun?
No, Slim
back
G's
here in
still
ninth.
only in 9th.
Something happened to Brian. We have not seen Shaun all race, but I think it's safe to say that Shaun has won.
I think it's safe to say, but
Unless Shaun got last, Killua might have clutched a win, but I'm pretty sure.
who is it that was sitting at the back? No, Shaun got 3rd.
Shaun got 3rd place. We didn't see
Shaun
him all race. That was really weird, but congratulations to Shaun on taking that win in the FFA. Killua's going to take a nice 2nd place, and I hope Brian got 3rd, but you know, Quinn got 2nd. So I'm not sure exactly where he was, but more than likely our top 3 is going to be Shaun, Killua, and Brian.
I think Jamie just scraped 5th.
Jamie does get the 21 points. We'll see if we can try to get anyone for an interview. If not, thanks for watching, but we'll take a quick 5-minute break. Well, we're not going to take a break. We'll stay here, but we'll see if we can get anyone on to interview, as that was one of the closer FFA finals we've actually seen. Thanks for Jamie and Killua, obviously, for streaming so we can watch this, but that was close. I mean, I honestly thought Shaun was at the back. I did not see him up there when Jamie was up there, but somehow he did sneak up there and get that 1st place. So congratulations to Shaun on winning another FFA, which is just adding up to the amount of FFA wins he's got, it just shows that Shaun currently is one of the best players in the game. Interview Shaun, but I don't think even can he speak? The mystery man, who knows? But yeah, Shaun's
man.
Can get interviewed. Everyone can. Where's Jamie? Let's see if we can get Jamie on here.
Yeah.
If he doesn't want to, that's fair enough, but I'll go talk to him. Well, that was pretty close between them 3. I mean, it was literally all down to the last race, but
I think Tams is typing the score at the minute.
Tams just confirming the score just to make sure that Shaun did win, but I'm pretty sure he did. But KC, one of them Team UK tracks along with Coconut Mall, so
yeah, kind of expected it.
Exactly. But Killua unfortunately dropping. Your pick of Jamie, at least he did finish in a top half spot, but unfortunately his GP3 just didn't go as well. From that DK Mountain was probably the main reason why he did drop some points. But hopefully we can get a table posted on the thread sometime soon so we can just confirm who got what. Xander's a big disappointment to his family. That's what it's looking like so far. Did Jamie get top 6? Well, that's what we want to know.
I reckon he got 5th.
Shaun 103, Killua 92, and Brian 84. So we'll wait for the table to see who got 4th, 5th, 6th, and the other spots. But Shaun taking the win. I mean, if we actually look at the straw poll here, Jamie got 6 votes. I'm not sure if that was LT having a bit of fun, but Shaun.
I think Sabby was on there.
Shaun only did get 2 votes, but he's proven everyone wrong. Wow, 103 points, so well done to Shaun once again. I don't know if Jamie actually wants to interview. If he does, then he can feel free to come here, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be it for now if no one does want to. And we'll just wrap it up by getting the table for you guys, but hopefully we can get this table if anyone decides to post it in the chat or on the thread, which will wait a few minutes for, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was one of the more entertaining FFA finals I've won. I mean, the top 3 players who did get 1st, 2nd, 3rd, they ran the tracks. It's good to see someone who actually ran all the tracks get first.
Yeah, it's better to see people actually winning with skill and not with item luck.
Exactly. Well, Shaun Tanny definitely deserving of that first place. But yes, good performance from everyone. Definitely both streamers. I mean, there was a bit of a huge fuck-ups from both of them, I guess. I can't really think about what Killua did wrong. I think he did get bumped.
Oh, there are scores, and we can see.
Oh, there's scores.
Shaun with 103, Zoan getting second.
Zoan getting second. Did he actually?
And Killua Killua with 92, Slim Jesus 84, Jamie, as I said, just sneaking in 5th place with 76, Quinn in 6th with 75, Jonathan with 74 in 7th place, Krypta and Xander sharing their spot with 56 points, Kay on 54, Cranberry on 49, and Nero on 31 points.
Wow, I guess I just want to congratulate Zoan as well, because I completely feel like I knew he was in a top spot. He was in a top 6 spot, but we were mainly focusing on Shaun and Killua and that. But well done to Zoan to get in 2nd place and clutching out that 38-point GP3.
Yeah.
Well done to Shaun once again for winning it, and I'm pretty sure that's all we've got for today. We'll be back obviously next week with some more CSL regular match and custom track action. But for now, GG's and thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.